Fire Department.
I'm Steve with Golden Valley Fire Department.
This is one of our TAC multi-purpose units vehicles. It's a TAC 125. 2 stands for Station 2, District 2. It's a 4-door Ford F550. Carries 4 personnel to any scene we need to go to. During the wintertime, we carry IVs inside to keep them warm. The first compartment here, we have our Genesis Jaws unit. We have a 100-foot supply of hydraulic hose, which is up to our Genesis unit. We have an extra 100-foot supply because we have a lot of mountains and a lot of ravines around here. Sometimes we roll up on scenes and we have to take our Jaws unit down over the mountain. So we keep the unit at the vehicle and we take our hose and run it down over the mountain. Steve, go ahead.
All right, if we do run into a situation where we do have to hike into an area to get a patient out of a vehicle, we have a smaller unit here which we can take from the vehicle, take it to our scene with us, take our extra hose that we have, and we're ready to go. In this compartment, we have our spreader unit right here. We have our cutter unit right here. For highway accidents, we have a box of LED road flares. Okay, we also have a multi-purpose crash bag, which has several tools which we can use for any accident or almost any situation. We have 3 rams for these units here, and we use those on vehicle extrications, a set of chains, and a toolbox. In this compartment here, we carry our 1-inch hose, our B-hoods, water jug, and an SCBA for our B-calls. That way we can get guys packed up in their turnouts, run our skid unit. We have our B-hoods, turnouts, we got air, everything we need.
Steve, how is this apparatus normally staffed?
It is normally staffed with 2 personnel. So,
what capabilities do they have as far as medical emergencies and fire emergencies?
Medical emergencies, usually we try to staff with a paramedic and an EMT. That way we have the same capabilities as an ambulance except for the transport. Also for B-calls or vehicle accidents or brush fires, we at least have 1 person that can operate the vehicle at all times and 1 firefighter that can do everything else needed.
Okay, this top compartment is our hand tools. So a lot of times we'll leave a scene or we'll leave a station and we'll head back to our original station and we'll run across a brush fire or a burning vehicle, whatever the case may be. We need to be ready at all times. So we have hand tools for extrication, for wildland. We have throw bags because we have a lot of rain. So when we have rain, we have throw bags to throw ropes out into washes to kind of roll people out when they make errors. We have an extra fire extinguisher. In case if we run up on a small fire, on a motor vehicle, or whatever the case may be. We have extra med supplies in here. We have 2 extra flashlights. In the bottom compartment, you see this is the engineer's compartment. We have spare bony hose, 2 inch 3/4. We have extra fittings and a battery to fire up our skid unit, which is in the back side of the vehicle.
Okay, this right here, this is our medical compartment. We carry everything we need for med call. We've got our monitor, our airway box, our IV box, drug box. We've got splints in here. We've got our what we call a C-collar bag. We use that for C-spine. Extra O2 bag, a burn bag, some extra wipes.
Basically your medical closet, cabinet.
Anything you can think of that we'd need for a medical call, crammed into there.
Why do you need a 4-wheel drive?
Well, we have a lot of rugged terrain out here, which I think you'll be able to see from the first pan around. So sometimes we have people that are hiking in the mountains, they get dehydrated or whatnot, and they'll call for help, and we'll go out and get them. Sometimes they're not in the most easily accessible areas, and actually some of the houses around here, the further out in the district you get, the more difficult they become to access as well. So having 4-wheel drives is a lot easier to get around on all the terrain we have out here. As Randy mentioned before, we have washes that flood in the monsoon season, so when that happens, we also need 4-wheel drive vehicles to get through those because people do make errors in judgment and to try to drive through a running wash.
Are most of the roads paved or unpaved here?
Most of the roads out here are unpaved roads.
Okay. What assists do you have in finding the address that you get on dispatch?
Dispatch will give us the address as best as they can. Also, we have a small GPS unit inside each of the rigs. This way we're able to plug in the address, and it can kind of give us a more specific direction we'll need to go. We also carry maps in all of our units. And those, we have any errors between dispatch and the GPS, we can always go back to the old school way and look it up on the map and use our grid numbering system, and we'll find it.
When the residents of Golden Valley see this in their rearview mirror with lights and siren, what's the appropriate action?
Appropriate action to do is to pull over, slow down to the side of the road, and let us pass.